I'm staying with MyEstateManager because the information is so good. I've been licensed as an attorney for more than 35 years, but I've never probated an estate. I'm also the executor of my father's estate, and we have some family history there. When his father died, there was some problem about an equitable distribution, not a legal distribution, and as a result of the conflict, my father and his brother never spoke to one another for like 20 years. So I didn't have my cousins, the cousins on that side to grow up with. Now my parents are just really entering the stages of not being able to care for themselves, and there's some conflict in our own family between my brothers and sisters. And the reason I thought MyEstateManager was such a valuable tool was because it walks you through the process. It's a phased walking through the process. You can see what the issues are before you ever get to them. It makes it much easier to plan, much easier to think of strategies to deal with, not necessarily even with the legal documents, but just relating to people along the way.
I believe it's really important to leave a legacy, and especially like if you're working with your parents' estate or yours, you have values that you want to pass on. And in the midst of grief, people that are dealing with the separation can really have conflict and deal with it in different ways. And I think it's so important that the body of Christ provides a vehicle where we can manage those well, so that our Christian legacy and our personal legacy and the values of our parents or of ourselves can have a chance to get passed along in a very supportive way, so that that legacy's there and those children and great-grandchildren can remember, oh, these were valued people who cared about us and took care of things to make a tough time a little bit more logical and easier, and to do things in God's way too.
And I think I'd add something to that. It's another dynamic. If we're talking about parents, when the literature suggests that when the first parent dies, there's a normal grief process that takes place. But when the second parent dies, then the adult becomes an orphaned adult, and there's a whole new host of problems that is raised by that, by the emotional awareness that I've got nobody left. And to be able to carry out sometimes complicated legal problems in the midst of that, when grief just absolutely takes over your body and your mind and everything else, it's nice to have something to lean on, and MyEstateManager is a very good thing for that.